So one of the questions I've been asked a lot the last week is how is ChatGPT and other AI search changing how marketing attribution works and how people are discovering your products and then buying them through your online store? So I want to take a deeper look at exactly how this works today, how people are finding you in these tools, how those links come through to your site, and how you would see that in Google Analytics. So let's start with ChatGPT, and I'm going to look at for a shoe by one of our customers, Rothy shoes. So Rothy's have a shoe called the Almond Slingback. It's in a dark pink hibiscus color, and I'm going to try and get ChatGPT to recommend me that shoe. So I start with a fairly generic search. I'm looking for a pair of slingback shoes for a party, something to match my dress. It's giving me some fairly generic options. So let's dial down. I want an elegant shoe, willing to spend 100 to 150 pounds. Yeah, still not finding it. So I have to go in to actually say something from Rothy's. And here then we got some options. Now, okay, so we're actually starting to get some product images. So these are pulled from the product details page of the Rothy site. And if I see here, I will click on here. I'll get an image opening up and a link to buy it on Rothy. So that will take me through. We'll come back to how that appears on the site in a moment. Now these aren't quite the shoe I wanted, so I go, but with a slingback, and finally it's got the Almond Slingback. Now here's one of the caveats about this new world. So ChatGPT is obviously, or OpenAI has gone and crawled the web and indexed the site. It'll soon be able to do this directly from Shopify's own servers. But they found this product, Lollipop Red, which is actually no longer available. So when I try and click through on this one, you'll see that it takes me to a different product that's not the right one. And in fact, interestingly here, it's taken me to a slingback in black. Previously, it just redirected me to the homepage. And in fact, the homepage is something it's got there, and also a link to Anthropology, which stock Rothy shoes. So not all the links in ChatGPT are going to go to the exact product we want, as I said. So I say, can you show me a picture of that? I've got my picture of the red shoe. Still not giving me an obvious link where I can buy it. So I'm asking literally, where can I buy it? And here, finally, we've got a link to the actual product. As I said, this is the product page, but unfortunately, because that product's no longer in stock or not in my region, it's dumping me on the homepage. And so, unfortunately, there the attribution is lost. But if I find in actually the dark pink and hibiscus, and finally it's finding the right shoe. Okay, not quite the right shoe in purple. But if I click on the link here, you'll see, you have a look at the search bar up here, you'll see that on the end of it, it's tagged in UTM source equals chatgpt.com. So they're trying to give you an idea that this is driving traffic. Obviously, it's in OpenAI's interest to show that the source is coming through from their search. We'll come on to why that's a bit challenging in a moment. But let's first of all see kind of where that would appear in Google Analytics. So basically, it's going to appear in one of two places. So let's go back to ChatGPT, and I'm going to just go to our merchandise store because that's the access I have. So I want to take the link out here to the merch store. Now you'll see here, unfortunately, it has not added any UTM tagging on. As I said, the links are inconsistent. It seems to be just the product page links which are going to have that UTM tag on. And so when I go to Google Analytics, it's going to appear under a referral source, so I can see probably in real-time overview. Okay, so I'm actually appearing as direct. Well, I hope that's me. So that's unfortunate. There should be links, as I said, which do have that UTM tag. So we go back to the Rothy's one that had that UTM source equals. The problem is Google Analytics has a bit of a flaw where it doesn't infer the medium. So if you just say UTM source equals something, it's actually not going to appear under referrals. It's still going to appear under unassigned or not set because it doesn't understand links that only have a source. So to get this to work correctly, you would have to do a bit of digging and just specifically look for people where UTM source was chatgpt.com, or what Littledata does, which is to assist Google Analytics by adding back that referral source, that referral medium in, so it appears in the right source in Google Analytics, which would be under referrals. Okay, so that's ChatGPT. Let's kind of see how that varies for the other search engines. So Perplexity next. I used exactly the same search here. So first thing to note is totally different options. They seem to have a very different idea of what I might want. Again, I refined it down. Elegant shoe, no heel, 100 to 150 pounds. Here we start to get some sort of sensible recommendations. So let's have a look at some of these links. So interestingly, when I click on a link, it doesn't actually take me to buy the thing directly. It just takes me back to another search, and only then am I going to get the product result. So I presume if I click out on here, I am going to get to Dorothy Perkins. But you see no tags, no UTM tags in the page. So this will possibly come through as a referral. But let's go back to the Rothy's links. So something from Rothy's maybe, yeah, cool. So now it knows it's a sort of product search, and it's giving me these links, not with any product images, but to some of the specific products. And then when I say, how would I buy that? Now, this is interestingly different. They actually recommend that I might go and buy it in a physical store. It says in Liberty, London, which is not so far from where I live. Rothy's has a retail presence. So that's different to ChatGPT, which only sent me online links. But yes, it does say I can buy it from the official Rothy's website. And obviously, if I click on a link here, the almond slingback is the one I wanted. So again, Perplexity gets the actual product right where ChatGPT doesn't. So I think for product discovery, it's a better search engine at the moment. But no tagging. And then finally, let's look at Google Gemini. So again, same search, looking for a pair of slingback shoes. It gives me lots of sort of a bit more kind of conversation about how I might narrow it down. So I love Gemini's flattery. This is a lovely and elegant choice. Anyway, it's found me as, again, trying to tell me what kind of the choices are in terms of style, where to look. It's all good. Again, not really focused on outbound links. You'll see there's no links embedded in here, really just trying to narrow down the search. So I have to say something from Rothy's, excellent thing. Now, there's these very subtle links here where I could go to Nordstrom, perhaps, but I'm not actually being pushed to the Rothy site. You'll see that I have I'm being pushed to an Amazon link here. So it's definitely not as good for the retailer in terms of pushing people through to your own product details page. And so I have to say, looks great, where can I buy it? And then I'm pushed. But here's the flaw. Gemini does not take me to the product page. Again, I'm being dumped on the official Rothy's website. So no kind of product category, no product crawling, I think, like Perplexity and ChatGPT are doing. So there's the differences. So I think ChatGPT rates best in terms of actual outbound links. They're at least trying to tell you that the search is coming from chatgpt.com. I think Perplexity rates best for actual product discovery. I think they haven't got as far with the, if I go back to Perplexity results, I think they haven't got as far with things like the imagery and the actual, what I call ChatGPT has actually got these product detail pages almost embedded within the search, which I like. They're not taking away from your website, they're dumping people in exactly the right spot to buy the product. Perplexity still gets you to the product details page, which is good. And Gemini, as I said, the weakest of the three. It does a very good job of trying to educate me on how to buy a shoe, but in terms of the actual shopping experience, it is a way behind. I hope that was helpful. Please follow us on YouTube, and I'll continue producing these videos.